everybody, what is going on? Welcome to Wriggly Josh 1. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button in this video, and if you're new, subscribe. Finally, it's 2022. We can leave 2021 behind and look forward to what this year can bring. I have a feeling that 2022 is going to be a great year, although I also felt the same about 2021 before, and 2020 and 2022 isn't on a great start with this wave of the pandemic, but I'm still hopeful. Kinda. Nevertheless, I was looking forward to New Year's Day this year, not just to catch the Rose Parade, but also because a new show was premiering on that day. We Baby Bears. I was looking forward to the show ever since it was announced, and more so after the promos were being released. If you guys don't know, We Baby Bears is a spin-off series starring our favorite bears, Grizz, Panda, and Ice Bear as cubs. The series centers around them traveling in a magical box that takes them to different worlds and destinations to try to find perfect homes for them. So as you can imagine, this opens them up to so many possibilities, like living in a world where everyone is an insect, or living in a house that's made of meat. Yes, that was actually real. Or living in a creepy old house filled with ghosts. The places they visit are certainly not normal by any sense of the word. Due to this, the adventures or situations they can get in are pretty wild. When I said before that the show might be a wild ride, it is, but certainly not in a bad way. Now, I did watch all of the episodes that have currently aired on Cartoon Network. They aired the first 10 episodes of the show all on New Year's Day in a marathon, and they are premiering new episodes every Monday at 7 p.m. From what I've seen so far, I think this is a pretty fun show. It is certainly different from the previous show, We Bare Bears. In fact, I dare even say that it's a bit more fun. This is not to say that I think that We Baby Bears is a better show or not, but just that I'm enjoying it a lot. I will admit, when I heard of the premise for the show, I did have my reservations. Since it is about them traveling to new worlds in search of a home, I was slightly worried that it was going to get a little repetitive. And while in some ways it is, the adventures and situations that they get themselves in are all pretty different. The show doesn't feel stale already, which is a good thing. In some ways, it kind of reminds me of Phineas and Ferb, where every episode is basically the brothers building something big, Candace tries to bust them and she fails, and Perry the Platypus fights Dr. Doofenshmirtz in every episode. It's formulaic, but it still manages to stay fresh, fun, and hilarious. We Baby Bears manages to keep me hooked and looking forward for more, because I always want to see what other worlds they'll visit and what friends or enemies they'll make along the way. Plus, the show is pretty funny to me. I love this new animation style, not just because of how cute it is, but they're able to make the bears more expressive in a way, which can lead to some pretty funny visual gags. I'm not sure how they did it, but they picked the perfect kid to play Ice Bear. He had the mannerisms down to the T, and it's kind of amazing. The other voice actors do a pretty good job as Grizz and Panda as well. I was thinking that it would probably take me a little while to get used to these newer voices, but they work right from the get-go. Also, if you guys didn't notice, the original voice actor of Ice Bear is also in this series as the show's narrator that only appears in the beginning and ending of each episode. I thought that was pretty cool. Also, may I just take the time to mention how cute their theme song is? Just wanted to point that out because honestly, I can't get that song out of my head right now. Now, there are a couple of things that I would like to point out when it comes to the show. The magic box takes them to all of these different places so they can find their perfect home. Though it becomes clear the more that you watch the show that maybe that's not really what the box is doing. Each time they visit a new place, for the most part, not only are they making friends, but sometimes they even help out the people that they meet. I don't really want to spoil anything since these episodes are just coming out, but for the most part, they either have helped someone out of trouble, helped solve some mysteries, or even learned some lessons for themselves. Seeing how they've made some more friends than enemies throughout their journey, I wonder if some of these worlds may be revisited again, and if we'll see some of these characters as well. Also, the box always kind of starts off with some sort of riddle, I guess, and they have to figure out what that means, I think. How do they understand the box? Well, they don't, but Ice Bear does. He took 4 semesters of box language. I'm not even going to question that. I think the show is pretty solid so far. It is a lot of fun to me, and again, it manages to make me look forward to what places they'll hit next. It is fairly different from the first show in terms of style, animation, and the overall feel. However, I think that's a good thing because in some ways, We Baby Bears is its own thing. It's able to stand on its own as a show and doesn't really have to rely on its successor. If we never had We Bare Bears and just started with this show, it probably would still manage to possibly become a hit on Cartoon Network. There's just so much that they got right here, and I think the creators did a great job. As for my ratings, I probably would give this maybe either a 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. If you're a fan of the original and loved the Cub episodes, I would recommend checking this show out. And if you've never watched the original, I would still recommend checking it out. If you have checked out the series, what do you guys think so far? Does it live up to the original? Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and hit the bell to be notified on my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, you're hearing it from a regular bunny in a regular world. See you next time.